very proud of you. And so you're from which state?
Reno, Nevada.
Taylor, can we ask you a question?
Yeah.
Fourth Fox News.
Oh, okay.
So what does it do?
Basically,
So Taylor started building this when he was 10.
basically, it's a way for the country as a whole to verify if there are nuclear weapons coming into the country, or any weapons.
So you can test if there's a nuclear weapon in the country?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Homeland Security will love it.
Yeah, nuclear weapons, chemical warfare agents, or explosives. So if they put a big bomb in a cargo container, I'll be able to find out.
This is Taylor from Reno, Nevada.
Especially nuclear weapons. That's
So how do you do this actually?
So basically, what it involves is this fusion reactor here produces neutron radiation, free neutrons. And in the final idea, the truck would drive through this field of neutron radiation. Now, on a nuclear level, depending on what the contents of the cargo container are, they'll absorb these neutrons into the nucleus. And depending on what elements are there, they'll produce a specific radiation signature, gamma radiation, which I'll then detect and match the spectrum to a database. And if I see one that looks suspicious, then I'll alert the user that says, hey, there are fission fragments from uranium, or hey, there's nitrogen from explosives, or hey, there's phosphorus, carbon, oxygen,
The whole truck will go through the whole thing?
Yes. It'll drive through. It'll only take 50 to 30 seconds.
Will there be driver or no drivers on
There will be drivers. The radiation dose of the driver will be 1/10 of a hundredth of a milligram, which is the equivalent to about a minute in standing in the sun. So a negligible dose from radiation.
So you basically see the absorption of neutrons.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking at the thermal.
Taylor's getting interviewed by Fox
reaction,
News after this.
Of neutron radiation.
Let's wad him up.
And give him a contract at Intel. Or actually, Moffett Field could do some good work with him. NASA?
Just turned 16.
I know, it's awesome. He just turned 16, Campbell. What are you going to do when you're 16?
Detect a lot of things: chemical weapons, explosives, just about anything that's in the cargo container off a specific signal. So,
Do you have an abstract for this? He's asking if you have one. Ran out of all?
I wonder if he has a business card.
yeah, sure.
Campbell, get one of
Where
those.
did you do all these experiments?
In my home lab, actually. The parts were donated to me by the University of Nevada, Reno, but I actually assembled it in my home, in my garage, and extracted the uranium compounds in my home garage too.
So what materials do you use to get the neutrons? Or
Yeah, so basically this is what produces the neutrons. It's nuclear fusion, just like what the sun does. It combines atoms. It's deuterium. Deuterium is the second isotope of hydrogen.
Remember what Dad said? He made that.
And with very, very high voltages, it slams the deuterium together, and it produces helium and neutrons. So neutrons come off, and then for these experiments, I irradiated natural uranium compounds. I dug up uranium in the desert, extracted it chemically, and made yellow cake from.
I'm sorry, you dug up what?
Uranium ore, and through chemical processes, actually made the yellow cake, which is what I irradiated for these.
It's not the level of
it's not
radiation is okay.
Yeah, it's not enriched uranium, so it's not weapons grade, but it has enough of the fissionable isotope, which is uranium-235, to simulate a nuclear weapon. So that's what I was able to do, and actually prove that this detection scheme is actually a viable way to detect nuclear weapons.
How high is the temperature there?
Inside the chamber here, the chamber gets hotter than the core of, it's in between the temperature at the surface of the sun and the core of the sun. So it's nuclear fusion. So, millions of degrees is what the inner chamber.
Let's pray this guy
fusion reactor heats up.
has a very long career.
If I didn't have water